Form validation is very important factor when we are trying to take input from the user. When give when we are requesting the user to feed the input, most of the users feed the input, but we have to protect the form from the hackers as well as other illegal access. Now, talking about validation, it is going to restrict the user and direct the user to enter the correct data. There are different validation, just like name validation, number validation, email address validation, URL validation, all these things which we are going to have a look in the validation section. Now, when let us talk about the validation section, that validation, it will be validating the data that is entered by the user. This chapter and the next chapter we are going to show you how we validate the chapter, how we are going to validate the user's input. Now the validation rules in the form are as follows. Now you can see that when somebody is entering the name, that means it should be required, and required, that means it should be compulsory for the user to feed the first name or the last name. The name shall not be kept empty and must contain only letters and white space. Now email address should also be compulsory, and it should contain a valid email address with and dot. These things are notified when we write the codes for validation. Now we have also validation for website, URL, comment section and gender section. There are so many things. Now first let us have a look to this part. Now the name and email address. Now this is the input. That means user is going to enter the name. In this part user is going to enter the email. In this part user is going to enter a website. In this part user is going to enter a comment section. Now talking about the gender field. Gender, it has an option that either you can be male, female. Now transgender are also accepted. Now either can be male or female. Now let us first discuss only about male and female. Now it is a radio button, that means it is going to let you choose one of the two or one of the three. Now let us talk about the form element section. The HTML element of the form looks like method equal to post action is equal to the server. Now this is a super global variable. Now before I proceed further, let us see how it is going to display and we are going to see. Copying it, I have pasted it in the index.file welcome.php. That was the thing which we were working on. So just in a view to show you what are the things, this page is being continued from the last tutorial. Now this was the, you can see this is going to direct to the current page. This is going to take the current value. Now when the form is submitted, the form data is sent with the method post. Now what is server underscore self variable? The server php underscore self is a global variable that returns the file name of the currently executing script. So server dollar underscore server php underscore self sends the submitted data form data to the page itself. That means it is not going to submit the data to another page, but we are just using it to show it to the same page instead of jumping to a different page. This way the user will get error message or the on the same page of the form. Now, what is HTML special characters function? The HTML special char function converts the special characters to HTML entity. This means that it will replace HTML special characters like less than, greater to. These are the things which operators which we use in HTML. This prevents the attackers from exploiting the code by injecting HTML or JavaScript code. Now, this we are going to learn in our further sections. Now, we have to learn how we can protect the data. So, this is why we are using HTML special chars function. Now, talking about the security, this is the variable that can be used by the hackers. If the PHP underscore self is used in your page, then a user can enter a slash, then some cross-scripting accesses commands to execute. Cross-site scripting accesses is a type of computer security vulnerability typically found in web applications. XSS enables attackers to inject client-side script into web pages viewed by other users. Now this injection section, what happens when there are any error or there are several things where the hackers use to hack the site. So we have to prevent the site from being hacked. Now assume we have the following form in the page named test underscore form.php. Now we are going to create a test underscore form.php, and in this there is a form which is using a post method, and the action it will be directed to the same web page. Now if a user enters the normal user in the address like this, the above code will be transferred to the same page. Now so far so good. However, consider that a user enters the following URL in the address bar. In this case, the above code will be translated to. So this is how we are trying to read and how we are trying to take the value. That means you need to understand that whenever we use extra characters, that needs to get transferred and holded by the user rather than the hacker. So this code adds a script tag and an alert command, and when the page loads, the JavaScript code will be executed. The user will see the alert box. This is just a simple and harmless example how PHP underscore self variable can be exploited. Beware of the fact that any JavaScript code can be added inside the script tag. A hacker can redirect the user to a file on another server, and that file can hold malicious code that can alter the global variables or submit the form to another address to save the user data. Now let us learn how we can stop the illegal user of PHP underscore self. PHP underscore self exploits can be avoided by using HTML special chars functions. Practically, when you work on different projects, then you are going to understand the practical use of these. The form code should look like this. In this you can see the thing which we have used previously. Now the HTML special chars function converts special characters to HTML entities. Now if the user try to exploit the PHP underscore self variable, it will result the following output. The exploit attempt fails, so no harm is done. That is correct. Now, proceeding further, the first thing we will do is to pass all variables through PHP HTML chars function. When we use HTML special chars function, then if a user tries to submit the following in the text field, script hack.com, this would not be executed because it would be saved as HTML escaped code like this. Now the code is now safe to be displayed on the page or inside an email. We will also do two more things when the user submits the form. Strip unnecessary characters from the user from the input using trim function. Now trim function removes all the illegal characters from the data inputted from the user. Sometimes it happens that user gives unwanted space or unwanted dot or unwanted character, and even he do not notices that. So we need to remove all those data, and text box is going to cache all those data. Remove backslashes from the user input data with the PHP strip slash function. The next step is to create a function that will do all the checking for us, which is much more convenient than writing the same code over again and again. Now proceeding further, we have defined variables and set to empty values. Now you can see that we have taken a variable name in this is equal to email is equal to gender is equal to comment equals to website and is equal to blank. Just a random value, we can call that we have just taken a value which is equal to null, a kind of removing the garbage value in the variable. Now in this method, what we are trying to do is that we are checking the method. If it is equal to post, yes, then we are taking the, now what we are in a variable, we are holding the value posted by the user in the last page. So all the variables that we have the user has entered is going to be held in these variables. Now function test underscore data. Now this data, so we have got the data, and every time it is going to get the trim data, strip slashes, now HTML special characters. So this is the way we trim the data. This is the function which is used. Notice that at the start of the script, we check whether the form has been submitted using server request underscore method. If the request underscore method is post, then the form has been submitted. It should be validated. If it has not been submitted, skip the validation and display a blank form. However, in the web example, all the input fields are optional. The script works fine even if the user does not enter any data. In the next step, we are going to make input fields required and create error message if needed. This is what are the things which we need to follow to stop the hacking of the system, and how the form, whatever these things we need to, these are the values when we need from the user to input, and we need to check and we need to restrict the user to enter the correct data, and we need to remove all the illegal data that we have seen currently right now. We are proceeding with the further form validation and required in our further tutorials.